Well, this video is coming out on a different day. What is up, football fans? Me and Jason recorded our picks. Yes, I had Jason Sarney, good friend of mine and a good writer on the Dolphin Wire. Had him come on, help me with the picks this week. Normally my pick videos come out Wednesday, but being that the Dolphins played on Thursday, I pushed it back and it is coming out today on Saturday, the day before. Hope you guys enjoy it. Me and Jason go through our picks. It's going to be a blast. Next week, I haven't decided who's going to be the guest for next week, but for a fact I'm going to have someone real good. But let's jump into me and Jason's picks. But like usual, stay classy. Offense up. Got my man Jason Sarney on the channel. It's been too long since the last time I've had you on and talked to you. How are you doing, bud?
Doing great. Always appreciate talking some football with you. DD Dubs, and let's do it.
So we're going to be picking this week's games. Obviously, it is Friday when you're seeing this, but we are recording this Wednesday. So we don't know if the Dolphins or the Bengals won. What do you think happened?
I think that it's a field goal-ish game.
Oh, okay.
And I think it's going to be one of those kind of heart attack games as we're used to watching. But,
Tell me
I think that we're going to be happy. I hope.
4-0. That'd be fantastic.
Oh,
absolutely fantastic. So we're going to start with Sunday's early game over in London. I forgot they were playing London games. It's the Minnesota Vikings supposed to be heading to New Orleans, but they're heading to London, take on the Saints. The Saints are giving 3 in this one. What's your thoughts on this game?
I think it's the Vikings. Think that the Vikings are going to win this one. I think handily. I think they're going to cover and maybe win by 10.
Oh, okay.
That makes sense?
So you think they'll like give them 40 and they're still going to win the game?
I don't know about that, but I do think it could be a comfortable win for them.
I'm actually going with the Saints in this one, just because the Vikings have been falling off a little bit. I thought they would do better, especially with the amount of weapons they have, but I could definitely see this going either way. But I'm going with the Saints in that one. Then we have the Browns heading to Atlanta, our first 1:00 game, taking on them Falcons. Browns are giving 1.5. I'm picking the Browns. I think the Falcons just don't have enough weapons to really match with the Browns. Jacoby Brissett actually looks decent when he has an all-star team around him. So I'm going Browns. What do you think about this one?
Oh, absolutely. The Falcons are tanking. Doug, you and I can go quarterback, receiver, grab a couple of Twitter folk, and I think we can go 21-6 against the Falcons. So, yeah.
That's very true. Yeah, the Falcons are completely in a rebuild mode. They'll probably get the first pick and grab a quarterback there. This next one is you know what I just realized? I haven't even been moving. You can't see it, but I haven't been moving the games below us. It's because I'm a big dumb.
No, you're not.
But next we have, this is a very big game. This is going to be a clutch game. It's the Buffalo Bills taking on the Baltimore Ravens. The Bills are on the road. They're giving 3 to the Ravens. What is your thoughts on this one?
Wow. I mean, look, the best thing about a Thursday game, no matter what happens in Finn Nation, is that it's relative relaxation on Sunday, watching good football. This is good football. Yes. And this is pro Ravens, going all in now on hoping the Ravens win. Mm-hmm. Will that happen? Let's see the moxie of Josh Allen. We know he has that, Christian Wilkins obviously saw the moxie, but let's see if he translates a loss that maybe he really didn't expect and see what happens against probably the best quarterback in the AFC. And then Tua we could talk about. But these are the 2 best quarterbacks in the AFC advertised. Yeah. Next to Mahomes. Yeah. So, I'm just going to go with the home team here. I am. But I think that there could be. So you're saying it's -3 for the Ravens?
Plus
or
3
Bills
for the Ravens.
Favorite?
Yeah,
Bills. Plus 3 for the Ravens. Oh, wow. Yeah, definitely going with the Ravens. Win and gambling-wise.
Yeah, I'm very torn with this one. Both Bills and Dolphins are super banged out from playing that long game. I'm actually going Buffalo. I think Buffalo could bounce back, but it's being that it's a home game and Lamar has been lighting it up. They completely destroyed the Patriots. I can definitely see the Ravens pulling this one out, especially with the depleted Bills, which the Bills are going to continue to blame the sun until they actually win a game. I'm going to go Buffalo. I'm gonna switch.
It will be interesting, Doug, to see if this is one of those games where, or one of those kind of stretches where the Dolphins kind of really deflated a team beyond the week. They've done it to the Jets a couple of seasons. The fake spike. Moments that was great. Yeah. But it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see if this kind of knocks the wheels off the wagon of those Bills. So,
I never got that saying.
Neither did I. Every time Chris Berman would say it, I'm like, do you own a wagon? What's the deal? Does anyone in Buffalo own a wagon?
No one. What is it? No one circles the wagon or something like that?
I think no one circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills. And, oh, man.
That doesn't make any sense.
I just don't get it. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe it's because we're Dolphin fans. We just don't get it.
Of course.
Next one, we got the Commanders taking on those red-hot Dallas Cowboys. Cowboys are given 3.5. They are home. Is there going to be a quarterback controversy when Dak is healthy? I am going with the Cowboys in this one. I really like their defense, and I just don't think the Commanders are all that good. What is your thoughts? And do you think there'll be a quarterback controversy when Dak is healthy?
Short answer, quick answer, no. But, I think that the Cowboys, maybe continue this run. They're a better, up and down talent-wise team than the Commanders. And I think Micah Parsons is far and away the best player on the field. So factor a quarterback who might have some good numbers, but let's face it, Micah versus Carson Wentz, taking Micah every time. And it's a home game for the Cowboys. 3-1, Dallas.
That division's getting real hot, especially with Philly in there. Then we got the Seattle Seahawks, who had one very nice win against Denver, and then other than that, hasn't done anything. Taking on those Detroit Lions, 1-2. Detroit is giving 4.5. They're the home team. What's your thoughts on this one?
I love every year I'll take an NFC team and I'll just start rooting for them. But of course this year I know the Lions play the Dolphins, so that week I'll take a break. But I love this team. It was Hard Knocks. It's Dan Campbell. I love Aiden Hutchinson. And it'll be interesting to see if Jamal Williams, who I believe is taking a couple of games, maybe for an injured DeAndre Swift. Seattle is probably in some relative tank mode. They're traveling, so I will take the trail. That's a tricky spread number, but defense is better on the Lions. They're a better team. 26-9.
I thought you were going to say a closer score, but no.
I was thinking, no, I don't have any confidence in it.
I 100% agree. I think that I love the Lions. We're big Dan Campbell fans, obviously. He was a big reason of the Dolphins breaking that skid against the Houston Texans. I agree. Even with the point spread of 4.5, I think the Lions are going to completely own Seattle. Seattle is just Geno Smith gave Seattle so much like faith. Oh, something could happen here. It's Geno Smith, people. Come on. Next we have the Chargers, who haven't won a game in 2 weeks. I understand Herbert was banged up last week, but the week before threw a pick six, didn't look good, taking on the winless Houston Texans. I'm gonna go Chargers. Chargers are giving 5.5, even though they're a road team. But the last time the Chargers faced the Texans won that game with another pick six from Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert's got to stop throwing those pick sixes. But I'm going to go with the Chargers on this one, even though Joey Bosa tore his pec that he's going to need surgery on. So he's going to be out for a hot minute. But I'm still going with the Chargers on this one. What's your thoughts?
I agree. Regardless of really who may be out for the Chargers or any dinged up, it's the Texans. They ain't good. So I think the Chargers are going to get a W here.
Yeah, Davis Mills had a fantastic rookie year. Now all of a sudden he's falling back down to earth and everyone's jumping ship from Davis Mills. Funny how.
And I collected all of his rookie cards too. I have a whole shoebox full of Davis Mills mosaic and prism shiny cards. Might use them for Halloween giveaways.
Then we have the Tennessee Titans, who, again, another team, lost to the Giants, then got completely destroyed by Buffalo, taking on the Colts, who surprisingly beat the Kansas City Chiefs last week. thanks to special team stuff. Colts are given 3.5. They are the home team. What's your thoughts on this one?
I mean, I never really thought that this would be such a great early divisional matchup for these two teams, or at least for the Colts. But I think I'm going to take the Colts here, having a little bit of that weird team momentum that might contend for playoffs. And you're like, why? And they're just winning games. You know, they're a good team. And they have Matt Ryan, who might kind of resurrect his career here. So I like that aspect. So, yeah, I'll continue to take them. They'll win.
Yeah, I agree. I'm taking the Colts on this one. I think the Titans are just falling apart, and I won't be surprised if at some point they bench
Don't say it. Don't say it. No.
They put Malik in.
I've been in circles where if you say that name 2 more times, bad things happen. So that's one.
Never again. Never again.
Never again.
Next, we have the Chicago Bears taking on the New York Giants, who lost. So now they're 2-1. Cowboys came into. I didn't even realize that game was in the Meadowlands. And again, I know it's not called the Meadowlands, but me and Jason have been around long enough. It's the Meadowlands. It will always be the Meadowlands.
100% the Meadowlands. It'll always be the swampy Meadowlands.
Exactly.
That's what it is.
I don't like Chicago. I don't think Justin Fields is good. I think the Giants are actually pretty good, even though they made some stupid mistakes on Monday night. I do like the Giants in this one. Giants are giving 3. I'm taking the Giants in this one.
Taking the Giants too. The best player on the field scenario, it's Barkley. He's I think better than he was. He's back to being Barkley-ish.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that better team at home. Coming off that loss, but Chicago would be a good remedy, and I really love that whiteout that they did.
Yeah,
shouldn't the Dolphins do something like that? I don't know what they would name it, but
right,
pretty cool if they did all an aqua, all orange kind of situation.
Right.
Maybe something for the Steelers game. Everyone in throwback situations, but
that'd be awesome.
Whatever.
Then we have the Jaguars, 2-1 Jaguars, have a better record than when Urban Meyer was their head coach. Taking on the only other undefeated team in the Philadelphia Eagles. What's your thoughts on this one?
I think the Eagles continue to roll. The Jaguars, look, you can look at a record all you want, but then you got to look at the rest of the way. I don't know how many more W's Jacksonville has in them. And the Eagles are good. They're very, very good. And Jalen Hurts is the top quarterback in yards per attempt. Second is Tua. And both of these guys have that Alabama tie, as well as throwing to guys that they're used to. One of them, Jalen Waddle from Tua, the other Devontae Smith for Hurts. So I love that combo. I love that continuity, although it wasn't continual with the Oklahoma situation for Hurts. But yeah, blowout here, 33-14.
So the 6.5 Philly given don't really matter.
I wouldn't even sneeze at it unless, Philly sometimes once in a blue moon has those kind of football farts. But hey, we just came off the butt punt, so that's whatever. But yeah, I think it could be a blowout.
Yeah, I agree. I think Jacksonville did really well last week against the Chargers, but it was a beat up Justin Herbert with his rib injury, and like you said, Eagles are flying high right now. No pun intended. I agree. It's going to be a blowout. So either or, I'm going Philly. Then we have the Jets beat the Browns, surprised everyone, and then they got completely destroyed. I am going against the Steelers in Pittsburgh, another team that they need to bench Trubisky because, geez Louise, is he bad. But, Trubisky and the Steelers are giving 3. I'm going with the Steelers in this one, especially because they're home. Mike Tomlin will be able to rally around them. Them Jets, their defensive tackle was yelling at the coach in last week's game. They're slowly going down that fall apart road. I'm going with the Steelers in this one.
I am 100% going with the Steelers. I don't think the Jets have ever won in Pittsburgh since the 70s. I'm not even lying on that. They own the Jets there. So yeah, believe it or not, I'm going to take the Steelers. I don't like Trubisky. I think Najee Harris is not doing terrific, but I think they'll beat the Jets at home.
Yeah, you could beat the Jets with Trubisky as quarterback. It's not that hard. Then we have the Cardinals taking on the Panthers, 1-2 versus 1-2. Both of these teams are very, like to the point where the Cardinals, who are the away team, are only getting a point and a half because they're both very just, it's just, it is what it is. And this was a hard one for me because both teams are just very, I went with the Cardinals just because I don't know. If you want my God's honest answer, I don't know, but I went with the Cardinals. What's your thoughts?
What's the spread?
1.5 to the Cardinals. So the Panthers given 1.5.
You know, they say, when I say they, the experts, that when you travel across country, it's bad. So I don't think in this case it's that terrible because the talent disparity here. So I'll go with the Cardinals, but it wouldn't shock me if this is like a game that ruins everyone's teaser.
That's true. Yeah,
So careful, tread lightly on this one.
Yeah. What is it called? Where you like pick a game, and if you lose, you're out.
Oh, the Eliminator or the Survivor?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Never go with the road team. Never. No. Especially when you're going clock changes. Ever go with the road team.
Yeah, no. This next one I find interesting. It's not the best game, but it is interesting. It's the Patriots taking on the Packers. Packers are given 10. What's your thoughts on this one?
Well, before I finish my thoughts, I think Mac Jones injured a hangnail, so we don't know about him. So, they're not a good team. They're going to Green Bay. Green Bay is Aaron Rodgers led, and Aaron Rodgers led at home against a bad New England team against Mac Jones, who is just, not a very, very good quarterback. And the Patriots are no longer the fearful Patriots that they used to be. We could really start seeing, the crumbling here. And this could be a game where it's like, whoa, boy.
Yeah.
So I hope that's the case. I mean, let's think 27-12.
Okay. I agree. I
Green Bay.
I wholeheartedly agree. Green Bay, especially because they're home. Their defense actually played really well against Tampa last week, too.
Yeah.
I'm going Green Bay. And could this be the end? Could Bill Belichick be like, I'm done? I don't feel like doing it all over again. I'm done. Did you see that happening?
He's like, no, because he's like Roy in Succession. He's Rupert Murdoch. He doesn't want to quit. I don't think he wants to go home. I'm not saying anything, but he just loves football. I can't see him retiring.
This next one I find very interesting just because one of the teams hasn't won a game yet, and everyone thought they would be the best team in football, and this is the Broncos going to Las Vegas to take on the Raiders. Raiders haven't won a game yet. They have not won a game. And apparently, I forgot his name. One of the analysts was showing that Derek Carr was purposely avoiding throwing it to Devontae Adams at some point, which I thought was kind of interesting. But I'm going with the Raiders in this one. I'm giving them one last shot. They're giving 2.5. The Broncos are Russell Wilson is just not the same Russell Wilson anymore. I don't know if it's because of the trade or what. He's just not that Super Bowl winning Russell Wilson anymore. And the Raiders are too good of a team to go 0-4. So I'm going the Raiders. What do you think about this one?
I mean, I agree with a lot of your points there, especially with Russell Wilson. I mean, how many years has he been in the league? He's just 10 years already? He's just not the same guy. And the Raiders are an anomaly at that. But you know what? The Raiders are kind of changing their whole script and nomenclature of offense, and there's adjustments there. But ultimately, this could be a good on-track game for them, like you were kind of saying. So, yeah, I'll go with them. I'll go with the Raiders covering, winning.
Then we have the Sunday night game. And this game is very interesting. The Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. What's your thoughts on this one? Kansas City's actually giving 1.5 to Tampa.
I mean, this would be another one of those games theme-wise of kind of the crumble or the start, really. And, like, Brady's been Brady doesn't even look good. I mean, Brady looks like it's like I'm not making fun. It's just, it might be time to hang it up. I mean, there's really no reason to continue trying to prove anything. He's won two teams Super Bowls. You know what I mean? But this could very well be a game where Patrick Mahomes is just taking that torch and ripping it from him. So I hope that's the case because Well, actually, I don't hope that's the case, because if I'm rooting as a Dolphin, I'd love the Chiefs to lose, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think the Chiefs are going to win here. Good defense the Bucs have at home, but I think the Chiefs pull ahead here.
Yeah, I agree. The fact that he doesn't even practice on Wednesdays and Tom Brady's just getting all this like time off and stuff, he should not have unretired. He should have stayed retired, regardless of what's happening at home. You could just see his heart's not into this anymore. Even when the Dolphins and the Bucs had that joint practice, you just saw. So yeah, I'm going Kansas City in this one. And then finally, Monday Night Football. We have the LA Rams taking on the San Francisco 49ers. Rams bouncing back after getting completely demolished on Monday night against the Bills, and the 49ers falling apart. Obviously, that benefits us as Dolphin fans, because I think as of right now, if the season ended today, the Dolphins would be picking 8th because of the way the 49ers are falling apart. So just imagine that. We're 3-0, and we'd be picking 8th. So I'm going with the Rams in this one. The Rams are getting 1.5 points. Just 49ers aren't the same. And some are even questioning, without Mike McDaniel there, is that a reason why their offense is so vanilla? They're going with Jimmy G again, who ran out of the back of the end zone. I'm going with the Rams. I think the Rams are the better team, and I'm going with the Rams.
Better team. Let's go with best offensive player on the field, Cooper Kupp. Best defensive player on the field, Aaron Donald. Much better overall around. Super Bowl champs. I mean, nice little rematch here. But, yeah, I think that the Rams pull ahead here.
All righty. So that's our picks for this week. Jason, what do you got going on? What would you like to promote, share with the world? What do you got going on?
How much time do we have?
As much as you need.
No, I'm just kidding. I can share a ton here, but all is well, thank God. But busy up here in PA. Down here if it's you. Up here if it's everyone in Dolphin Land. But we're all over the place, so that's great. I'm really enjoying this, Doug. 3-0. Hopefully you get to 4-0 as we tape and however this ends up. But if the Dolphins do end up at 3-1, I think this is still a phenomenal start. Really everything we could have hoped for. Doing a lot of writing and covering over at Dolphins Wire, so check that out. And of course my antics over on Twitter. So I always love chopping it up with you, buddy. How is things on your end?
Pretty good. Busy, especially with the short week. I had to pump out a ton of videos. Probably relaxing at this point of this coming out, or doing film breakdowns.
Relaxation.
I don't ever relax, even with a child. Well, you know how that goes.
I mean, that's not correlated with relaxation, even with a child. No, it's like an additional to child. There's you do a ton of work, and it's great. Let me say, you got a great chair there too. Loving the chair. Love it.
New chair. And we got it all going. Will I be seeing you in person again on Sunday at the MetLife Takeover?
Yes, indeed. I will be there. I will. Don't know if I'll do a car, train, but I'll be making the trek. I'll be there.
Awesome. Well, bud, I will see you this upcoming Sunday. Well, next Sunday at the MetLife Takeover.
Looking forward to it. Thanks for having me, my friend. Be well.